Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Rotterdam.
There was a need for an EU urban agenda because there was an increasing recognition that cities face specific challenges such as air quality or affordable housing or urban poverty that they cannot deal with alone.
There was a general European movement to get more influence for cities, to have them a place at the table.
Eurocities has always pushed for an urban agenda for the EU because we believe that cities should be sitting around the table with member states and the European institutions to create a better Europe.
Key tools of the urban agenda are first and foremost the partnerships. We have developed 12 partnerships together with member states, cities and the European institutions, especially the European Commission.
They work together. Even today, while preparing the action plans, they see where are the weaknesses of European policies.
These partnerships are working on finding workable solutions for better regulation, better funding and better knowledge, addressing gaps, looking at what can be simplified, looking at how we can dig further into knowledge in urban areas.
Air quality is a very important issue for the urban environment. Much of the air pollution in cities is from traffic, and the traffic management is something that they have to address. Besides the awareness raising of the general public, we collected a lot of good examples how you can make an air quality plan. But from this experience we now want to develop a code of good practice that other cities can use.
When it comes to housing and housing in Europe, we face an incredible affordability crisis. We have more than 82 million EU citizens who cannot afford housing anymore. The partnership already developed one very concrete paper, which is a guidance on state aid, because we think that the current EU state aid rules are in fact blocking investment that would be possible on local level, especially on city level, to create affordable housing.
The Urban Poverty Partnership decided to focus on 4 priority areas: the regeneration of deprived neighbourhoods, child poverty, and 2 extreme forms of poverty that we can see very concretely in cities: homelessness and the vulnerability of Roma people.
What numbers show us is that around 70% of the migrants and refugees settle in cities. And from that moment on, cities are responsible for the housing, the reception, work and education of migrants and refugees. So one of the concrete actions or projects that we are currently delivering is the setting up of a European Migrant Advisory Board. These people will work in cities on concrete inclusion projects, but they will also advise European Commission and European institutions in Brussels on better integration policies.
We are looking into how cities could reuse water better at the moment. The EU regulations are hindering reuse of water and we want to change this.
The EUR-backed programme is all about exchange and learning. So we have the tools and we have a direct access to more than 250 cities actually around Europe, and very importantly some quite small and medium-sized cities which are quite difficult to reach. And obviously EUR-backed can act as a bridge.
I represent the city of Cork, but there are many other Corks that are out there, and I suppose now we have a voice on the EU urban agenda.
We actually fund innovative projects. The knowledge we generate or is being generated through these projects then goes out and is disseminated and hopefully used by other areas across Europe.
What we do is trying to control the material flows through the city. It's about the soil that is created out of construction work in the city, and the part of this soil will be mixed with the bio-waste, which will be then turned into compost and mixed together. The goal of the project is to put all utility companies in the city in the circular business model.
So as the EU bank, the EIB, as you would imagine, is primarily involved in supporting the better funding pillar of the EU urban agenda. And we're active also in terms of advice, because we provide advice to clients on financing. So we're also supporting the better knowledge pillar. And we're active in 8 of the partnerships, so we're leading a number of actions on better financing in different partnerships.
It has brought a new working method where cities, member states and the European Commission work together directly and discuss together. And this has brought also an increased awareness for all of the actors to solve these problems together and to create more livable, more inspiring and more inclusive cities for all.